Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Lifestyle, wellness, and a damn good time.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
Hit it. You're listening to the Holistic Life Podcast, presented by Say What Radio.
What up? Welcome to the Holistic Life Podcast, where we have a damn good time talking about wellness and creating your healthy lifestyle.
Holla! We are your hosts, Jenny and Jay Holla.
And we're excited to build our listening Ohana beyond our Facebook Live shows as part of the
Say what?
Radio Network family.
So when you hear us talking to people who really aren't there, it's because some of these episodes are pulled from those Facebook Lives that we do. But the message still resonates. Enjoy the show. Hello, happy Sunday. And for those of you who celebrate Easter, happy Easter. So we're here in Florida again. And just in case it's your first time watching, I mean, it's our page, you're following it, so you probably already know who we are. But just in case a friend sent this to you or you stumbled onto it, I'm Jenny.
I'm Jay.
And this is the Holistic Life Show, and we are in Florida. And the reason I said that is because today in Florida has been an absolutely beautifully amazing day. The weather was just perfect. Like you could walk around without sweating. There was a nice breeze. It was a perfect blue sky. It was fabulous. It was a fabulous day. And I hope that wherever you are, and actually, how about this? Where are you? Where are you watching from? Whether you're on live or you're watching the replay, let us know where you're watching from, because as I say at the beginning of every show, because I want to set the intention and manifest this, as I want to, and we want to create a global community, a global Ohana. Ohana means family in Hawaiian.
C. Underneath this, there's the rich and wealthy group. That's our group. There's 3 questions. Today's the first time we're going to do this since these lives are only 20 minutes. We like to get straight to the point and let you guys get back to your day. But sometimes I know the conversations get a little good. Sometimes we want to keep on talking or whatever. So what we decided to do, right? You were on board with this?
Yes,
okay.
Of course.
What we decided to do was...
What if I wasn't?
Well, I'm about to announce it.
Well,
what we decided to do, rather, is do a after party in the rich and wealthy group. So those of you who are part of the group get to, I don't know, I guess it's a more intimate type of thing, and we dive a little deeper into the conversations we have on Sundays. So 3 questions, guys. 3 questions. You have to answer the 3 questions to get accepted to the group. I don't care who you are. You could be my mother. If you don't answer, she's already part of the group though. But if you don't answer the questions, you don't get into the group, because that lets us know what we're talking about you really value and you want to hear more, and you're not just doing it to support us. All right. So 3 questions. If you don't answer the questions, no access. All right. It is what it is.
No, it's exciting. I mean, you should want to be there. It's going to be fun. We're in the launch phase, and we're going to be launching and building up this Ohana. So, you know, if you're part of this like first step, you should want to be a part of this. So
I think you should.
I'm just saying.
I'm biased though.
Well, of course we're biased, but we want to create that environment for you. So it's also a place for you to ask more questions and all that fun stuff. So today, what are we talking about?
We're talking about authenticity.
Ooh, good job.
Yes, I screwed it up all day. Authenticity versus intention.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my cousin happened to post this on one of his stories, and it really got me to thinking, because he was referencing something he watched, and he said the people viewing this felt that it wasn't an authentic, or the main person or whoever, they said they weren't authentic. He made a point that it's about being more intentional than authentic, because when you're authentic, it's raw. It's just like straight from the hip, as I like to say. It's not really thought out. It's just, here I am. This is what it is. With intention, rather, you thought about the end game. You thought about what you want to do. You thought about the big picture, and it's more strategic, I guess, than just like, oh, this is what it is. Buckle up. I don't know where we're going. This is how it's going to happen.
Yeah, but I feel like they can both be, like, you can have and set intention and be intentional and still be authentic.
I agree, but a part of me disagrees. And you guys chime in wherever you want. Because, for instance, I had a couple of amazing conversations with some clients this week. And one of the conversations was with a good friend who knows me. She's known me. We went to high school together, so she knows me. And we were talking about wellness goals, her wellness goals, some things that she's done before and some things that haven't worked or whatever. And since we have that built up relationship already, I could say some things to her that she wouldn't read too much in because like she knows me, she knows who I am. But if that was a new client per se, I can't really shoot from the hip, you know, because even though how I feel or what I'm saying could be authentic, but my intentions with this new client is not to belittle their thought process or where they are because I feel a way about something that they're doing. So I feel that although, yes, I can still come across authentically, but it depends on how we choose to define authentic too. But my intention in that current situation or that present situation would be slightly different than how I would deal with someone I already have an established or built up relationship with.
I mean, I get that. That makes sense. But I still think you can be authentic because I think about the business side of me and I'm authentic, but everything I do is with intention. Right? You may hold certain things back because they're not appropriate to share. And that's where it comes through thinking. And that's where as you connect with someone deeper that you wouldn't share everything. But I don't feel like it means you're not being authentic. And I mean, I'm looking here, the definition, I didn't even think about this before. So authenticity is reliability, dependability, trustworthiness, because it's just authenticity is the quality of being authentic. So I'm reading some other words that go with it.
Are you reading the definition or the source?
I will put authentic because I put in authenticity. Authentic is of undisputed origin, genuine, based on facts, accurate or reliable, or made or done in traditional or original, or in a way that faithfully assembles an original. Synonym genuine is truly what something is said to be authentic. And of a person, emotion, or action, it's sincere. So I feel like you can still have intention and be authentic. But I see what you're saying, because maybe it's, if you're talking and you're defining authentic as raw, it's only that raw stuff. Don't you feel like that might be a different word?
No. I mean, depending on how you define it. That's the crazy thing with words. They're, depending on how you use them, where you use them, they're relative and they could mean different things to different people. But in this scenario of this conversation, I'm going with the raw thing.
Here's another good one. So here's the question on Google. What does it mean to have authenticity? Though the people who preach its virtue often don't understand exactly what the word means. Authentic is defined as not false or copied, genuine, real. And then my favorite definition, representing one's true nature or beliefs, true to oneself or the person identified. So, I mean, I feel like with that being said, you can still have intention about something.
No, I'm not saying
right?
You can't. But I think with that definition, if you're talking about raw, well, I'm not going to say if. I'm talking about raw. Yeah. Like when you go to a job interview, you're going with the intention of getting the job.
Okay. I mean, you can't be raw in that situation because I haven't met you yet.
But
you can be authentic and sincere.
To a certain degree, I feel. Because if I'm just going for a job, I'm not going to go sit in the interview and be like, yeah, what up? Yo, I mean, I just need a paycheck. Honestly.
Okay, but that's not even you.
I wouldn't say it.
Oh, because I was like, well, that's not even what you do anyway.
If that was I wouldn't be going for a job interview.
I'm like, that doesn't even.
I'm just, well.
You don't even act like that.
If I was going for a job interview, I mean, I can't be like, okay, let's switch it. Let's not talk about jobs. Let's talk about relationships. Let's talk about just meeting people. If you want to say, because the term for a lot of people is keep it 100, keep it real. Let's do that. Let's keep it a buck. So let's keep it real. So when you're meeting somebody that cute he or she for the first time, you're not going to go up and be like, yo, what up? I'm Jay. I'm lactose intolerant. And sometimes my farts sound like sewage, will smell like sewage and bubbly boiling water.
By the way, that's all true.
How dare you?
I'm kidding.
The audacity.
See, that was authentic.
The audacity. But you're going in with the intention to get to know that person. And as you get to know that person, you become more authentic. So my whole point with all of that is with the conversation, he said he felt being intentional was more important than authenticity with this present conversation.
I think it depends on what you're doing.
with this present conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it depends on what you're doing because you do want to have intention through some things.
Because honestly, even doing these shows, we have, I feel, a level of genuineness. Say that right? You got to think about it. Whatever. I think,
Genuinity.
whatever.
I hope my mom's not watching because she'll be sending me texts and telling me what they are.
She's not on Facebook.
I know,
we're good.
but the point was.
We're
Amy.
Well,
Aunt Amy.
She doesn't watch. We're good. This would be the show that she watches. But, I feel there's a certain level of that. But
and my phone just lit up and I was like, oh my God. It wasn't her.
See, don't manifest it. But authenticity, like, I can't be real here. I can be real in certain situations. Like when you and I have a conversation, we can have a real, a raw and uncut conversation. But because we're putting ourselves out here on a certain platform, there's a certain genuineness to it. But that uncut, jagged rawness, I feel you can't really do that in certain areas because some people will read too much into it. They'll read the wrong thing and it could totally be taken the wrong way. And I could come back and be like, well, that's not what I meant. But, everything is perception. But our intention, I feel in this situation with the show, with the business, with the things that we're trying to do outweighs that rawness. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to say authenticity, people, because I don't want you guys to think that Jay's not being authentic. Oh, believe me, I am. But it's the intention and that authentic rawness. I think being intentional outweighs that in this situation, in this scenario, if we're talking about this particular level of authenticity. But if we switch gears and we talk about authentic as being genuine, trustworthy, loyal, and some of those other wonderful words you threw out there, it's a totally different conversation. Just the perception of the two. It's kind of like two sides of the same coin. So authentically, when you were getting ready to go into this, like, how did you authentically feel?
Okay, so I'm going to pause just in case. So he said this reset. So if you have no idea what he's talking about, I'm on day 7 of a 10-day reboot, a cleanse, a reset for my body. So it was coming off of a lot of like Reese's eggs and candy and craziness. And I really just wanted to fuel my body with all kinds of like superfoods and nutrients and just get away from everything. And it's something I've been wanting to do. And I was waiting until after I went to a big client event to come back after. So if you have no idea what he's talking about, now you know. Okay, question again. So no, it was like leading up into it. Did I authentically want to do it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, deep down, yes. But I don't know, I guess that's where you trick yourself out. It's like, I wanted to do it. I set the intention to do it. I made the purchase. I invested. And then when it came down to it the day before, I was like, shit, I want to do this.
But backing up real quick, you set the intention.
Right.
So you intended to do it, but did you authentically really wanted to do it? Like deep down, raw, was it something like, okay, I need to do this? Or was it something like, okay, I need to change, so I need to do this. My intention is to reset, get back on board.
I mean, in the days leading up to, I didn't want to. But I knew that I needed to.
Okay.
And I knew that it was something that would help reset my brain when it comes to sweets and stuff.
Okay.
And because, I mean, I was starting to get like really chubby in my stomach in different areas and starting to get lots of zits on my face. So like I knew I needed it. But the days leading up to it, I really didn't want to do it because honestly, I didn't want to stop those habits I was doing. I wanted to keep eating my ice cream and I wanted to keep eating, Reese's eggs galore because it's Easter and they're only around right now until the next holiday and it's the next shape.
They were around too much before Easter.
But the point is, it's like, no, I didn't want to. And honestly, there's been a couple times during these first 7 days that I wanted to quit because I was like, I get it. But I was like, no, I can't quit. This is something I've committed to.
So in this situation, though, your intent for doing the reboot was stronger than your authentic feeling because your authentic feeling was like, I really want to keep on eating the crap because it's good right now. But the intention was, I need to stop eating this shit.
Yeah, I definitely needed a reboot. And I mean, since I've actually lost, so when I weighed on day 5, I lost 5 pounds. And I've been sleeping really good and I've been feeling really good and I don't have any more zits on my face, which is really good, right? And I could say, okay, I'm done. You actually asked me this today. You're like, well, why didn't you just stop? I mean, you've done this 3 or 4 times. Why didn't you just stop? Because, I mean, there's been lots of temptations throughout, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait. But really, it's 10 days. 10 days isn't that long.
And it's
honestly.
not like you're starving, you're still eating.
Yeah, like I'm very fulfilled. Like I watched Jay eat a poke bowl today, and I was like, oh, I really want it because I love it. But I was full. I didn't want anything because I was like, oh, I could get a bowl of veggies. And I was like, I'm not even hungry. I don't even want a bowl of veggies.
And this has been challenging for me too, only because of usually we do the resets at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But this time around, it wasn't financially in the cards. I know some of you guys would, you're talking about rich and wealthy living. That doesn't mean being stupid with your money, people. Be very, very intelligent with your money. That's how you become rich and wealthy in your lifestyle. But usually on the weekends, we go out to eat. Mm-hmm. So doing that without you is somewhat challenging too. Because it's like, okay, I don't want to eat in front of her.
Oh, but you sure have. That burrito. Look, stuff you were eating on that burrito didn't even look like, normally I don't like those things. I don't like a flour tortilla burrito. I don't like lunch meat. Well, I like them, but I just don't eat them. Sometimes it grosses me out. And then you put shredded cheese in it and whatever else. And honestly, like right now, it sounds like the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. But that day, on day 3, he made that burrito and he was just chomping on into it. And I was like, I mean, I just wanted to bite so bad.
I told you to stand here and look at me.
I know, but you ate it right in front of me.
You were standing there. It was in the kitchen. What are you talking about?
Well, maybe you should have ate in the hall. You should have gone in the hall to eat.
Like you were in the room somewhere and I walked and sat right by you.
Yeah, you should have gone in the hall to eat. I'm just saying. But I mean, it was pretty tough.
You know what? Guys, we hit our 20-minute limit. We're about to continue this conversation in the group because I want to talk about the reset some more and also continue on this conversation specifically with a conversation I had with a client earlier this week.
Okay, cool. Well, then I guess we will see you inside the group. Join, answer the questions. We'd love to have you as part of the Ohana. I'm excited for it.
I am too. And see, this is one of the things, like, it's just getting good.
Yeah.
And we got to go. But hop over to the group. We're going live in
as soon as technology allows. I mean, it'll be within a couple of minutes.
Mahala.
Mahala.
You can subscribe to the Holistic Life Podcast from your favorite streaming platform. And don't forget to check out 2jholla.com to stay in the know as an official 2JH Insider. Mahalo for tuning in. And until next time, that's our show.